Welcome to Whop Content Rewards. Today I'm going to show you how to start your own content rewards program step by step, start to finish. So if you don't know what a content rewards program is, basically all it is you pay users or your fans $1 for every 1,000 views they get by posting content. So whether you're an influencer, a streamer, a creator, and you want people to take your long form content and turn it into clips, or maybe you're a big brand and you want UGC creators to make net new content about your brand and post it on social media. No matter what, a content rewards program is the best way to get thousands of people creating, editing, and posting content automatically, and you only pay for the views that you get. So that at a high level is what a content rewards program is. Now let me show you how to set it up on Whop. Now if you're already a Whop user, you can see that we're on the Discover page. I'm going to go down to Dashboard and I'm going to hit New Whop right here. But let's go ahead and hit New Whop. Now we're going to hit Create New Organization. Then we're going to go ahead and name our Whop. So I'm going to be creating a content reward for people to clip my podcast. So I will make it WGMI Podcast Clipping. Hit Continue. Earn $2 per 1,000 views you get posting WGMI Podcast Clips. Hit Continue. And just like that, we have our Whop created and we have our headline. So the headline should always be an outcome. It should be actually explaining what they're going to do inside of your Whop. I am straight to the point since it's a clipping Whop. So now that we have our Whop created, we need to start adding apps. And the first thing we're going to do is add the Content Rewards app. So I go to Manage Apps, I hit New App, and I'm going to type in Content Reward. And there we go. That's the Content Reward app. We just hit Add, and now we can start filling it out. So as you can see on this far left-hand side, we've added our first app, the Content Rewards app. But I'm going to actually go ahead and add a few more apps to fill this out first. So let's go ahead and add a chat app so I can start talking to my clippers. Then we're going to actually add a courses app so I can make a course teaching clippers how to clip my content. Last thing I'm going to do is add an announcements app. So I decided to add these 4 apps because not only is the Content Rewards app what people are going to see and engage with to get paid, but you also want to make sure you're treating it like a community and nurturing your best clippers. These clippers can choose to clip for anybody in the world. So it's really important that you are actually engaging with them. You're giving them examples of content they can make and making sure they're actually getting results, or else they're just going to go to the next offer. And so I really want you to treat this like a community and really try to recruit people into your community and help them succeed as quickly as possible so they never leave. But let's go ahead and actually set up the Content Rewards app first, since that's why you're here. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and hit the settings wheel, and we're going to go ahead and name this WGMI Podcast Content Rewards. Earn $2 per 1,000 views clipping the WGMI podcast. We're going to scroll down. We're going to make this visible for everyone to see. And we're going to go ahead and hit save. All right, so now that we've actually created the Content Rewards app, we actually need to create our first content reward. And this is where it gets interesting. So let's go up here to the top right and let's hit create content reward. We're going to put WGMI podcast clipping. We're going to choose clipping as the content type. And we're going to go ahead and choose influencer, since that's the type of content that I create. Now let's go ahead and input our total budget. So for each podcast episode, I'm going to put $1,500 into clipping. So as you can see, once you input a number here, it's going to remind you that you will be prompted to top up $1,500 in the next step. So you will have to deposit this amount into your account once this is created for it to go live. Then we're going to go ahead and set our end date. This is going to last for 2 weeks, and I'm actually happy with that because I only want this for my most recent podcast. Next, we're going to set our reward rate. This is how much we are going to pay clippers for every 1,000 views they get. And since my podcast is a little harder to go viral with, I want to really incentivize clippers, so I'm going to pay them more. So for this, I'm going to pay them $2 for every 1,000 views, or basically if they get 1 million views, that's $2,000. But I don't want to pay $2,000, or if they get 2 million views, $4,000, because that could get really out of control. And so what I'm actually going to do here is set a max payout of $1,000, meaning that if they get 500,000 views, I'll pay them $1,000, but any view after that, they do not get paid. And this helps me get way more upside potential and eliminating all the risk for paying for bad content. So I only pay for the views that I get. Anything over 500,000, I will not pay for. So this is really powerful. Back in the day for my podcast, I had to pay people $30 for every single clip, no matter how many views it got. Now it's pay per view, and life cannot be better. So I'm going to allow Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube because I want these to be short form videos. I'm not going to allow Twitter this time, but you can post videos on Twitter if you like. So now I need to link the content. I want the clippers to actually start clipping. And so for this content reward, I only want them clipping my most recent podcast episode. So all I'm going to do is go to my YouTube video, copy that link, and put that here in the assets section. So I've linked my asset, aka the video that I want them to clip. Now, I just happen to use a YouTube link directly. Let's say I want to create one for all of my podcast episodes. I could actually just download all of those files, put them in a Google Drive link, and share all of my content with one Google Drive link. So that's that. We have that linked. Now the clippers know what they need to be clipping. Now I need to set my requirements. This is extremely important because I want to make sure they're actually creating content that will get people to my YouTube channel and ultimately grow my brand. So I'm going to say first, video must be at least 15 seconds. You must watermark at WGMI podcast on YouTube on the screen, and you must link the episode in the bio of the account. So these requirements are all they have to do to qualify to get paid. So when people submit a video, I'm going to be looking and making sure they hit all three of these. I will make sure it's at least 15 seconds. I will make sure they put at WGMI podcast on YouTube on the screen in text, and then I'll make sure that it's actually linked in their bio. If they meet all three of those requirements, I will hit approve and they will start getting paid automatically. If they did not meet those requirements, I will deny it and they will not get paid. But I will always make sure to message them in chat or DM them on Whop so they understand why and what to improve the next time. So that's all we need to have filled out. So here we go. Here's our content reward. You can see that we have not paid out any money yet, so the budget is still full. The reward rate is $2 per 1,000 views. This is for people clipping, and the max payout per submission is $1,000. You can post on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and here are the three requirements. This is the asset you're supposed to clip. And remember, there's a disclaimer that creators retain the right to deny any submission that does not meet the requirements or quality standards. All submissions grant full usage rights. So this means as the creator, you have the right at any time to deny any submission that you don't think is good enough or reflects positively on your brand. And simultaneously, any content that is extremely good that you like a lot, you can then use freely. You could then post on your own social media account, on your main account, or you can even run them as ads. You maintain full usage rights for every single submission. I would highly recommend going and making your store page on your Whop pretty. You could upload a VSL or a banner. You could add a better description. You can add a lot more information, and there's a lot more customization that you can actually add, including a bio for your account. Now, one really important thing to note is you must complete your store and finish all 8 of the required steps to be able to apply for the Discover Marketplace. The marketplace is where your content reward will be listed, and it's how clippers will actually be able to find out about your content reward. So make sure you finish all of these and make that public. Apply for Discover. It should take less than a day. But this is supposed to be as fast as possible, how to get a content reward set up. Now that your content reward is live, let me show you how clippers will actually find it. So if we go back to Whop's homepage, we'll go to Discover. And then once we hit Discover, we're going to go to the Explore tab. Now, if we scroll down, we're going to see ways to earn money. This is where your content reward will pop up for millions of people to see. If people like your content, they think your reward rate is appealing, and they want to clip for you, this is where they're going to find you. Now, you should always be trying to recruit them, whether that's by joining clipping communities, whether that's by DMing short form editors and agencies letting them know that your content reward exists, or by posting on your social media, telling your fans that they can make money clipping your content. That is the best way to find clippers, but you will definitely get quite a few just directly by being on the Whop Marketplace. Now, let me show you how well this has done for my podcast since posting this content reward. So 3 days ago, I actually posted a podcast and I set up a content reward paying $2 for every 1,000 views for people to clip that podcast. And in that time, in just 3 days, I got 758,000 views and over 700 submissions. I got 700 unique pieces of short form content created, edited, and posted without doing anything. So I hope you see how powerful this is, but I'm going to show you what it looks like on the back end. So as you can see, we've almost paid out all $1,500 in less than 3 days, and now we can go through those submissions. So once you see the pending submissions, this is where you actually want to go through the videos and make sure they meet your requirements. All you have to do is click on that, and actually watch the content here directly in the app. So here we go. We can see that it's from my podcast, and it is at least 10 seconds, which meets the requirement. So for this example, I would hit approve. Once they're approved, they start earning money and they start actually getting paid out. So if we go to the approved section and we sort here by views generated, we can see that the best clip today got 46,000 views on Instagram. And if we want to watch it, all I have to do is click right there and we can review the view chart. So as you can see, this is continuing to ramp up and get more and more views. And side note, once we hit the full $1,500 paid out, I'm not paying anybody else, but these videos are still live and they'll still continue to get views. So I got 700 pieces of content uploaded for me without having to do any extra work. And I'm going to continue to get views from those 700 videos automatically. And now I can actually see the content. And if I like this piece of content, I can then download it and upload it on my main social media account. Not only that, I could even use it as an ad if that made sense for my brand. And so this is super powerful. We can track all of our views. We can see how much is paid out. One thing to note here is if you guys see big spikes like this, there is a chance that it was botted. So really be on the lookout if these views or the engagement does not look genuine, because you don't want people faking views, because that's not going to actually help your business. So this is a little sus. This was at 4,000 views, then all of a sudden it got a big jump, but I can see it growing naturally, so I'm going to approve it. Whop has anti-bot measures, and we will warn you if we believe that it is a bot. Anyone who gets caught botting on Whop gets instantly banned permanently from the platform. And so as we scroll down, you can see 46,000 views, 20,000 views, 12,000 views, 12,000 views, TikTok. Every single platform is being posted on right now, and these videos are racking up thousands and thousands of views. As you can see, we got 750,000 views in just the last 3 days. And the last thing I want to show you guys before we go is that we actually have an analytics tab here, so you can see the total amount you've paid out, the total number of views accumulated, and the total number of submissions. And then of course you can see the charts over here of all the different views you're getting on different accounts. So again, as you can see, we did have one botter right here, but we caught it. They didn't get paid out. The money was right back in our account in a heartbeat. But keep that in mind, that you can actually see all of the analytics and all of the views that you're getting across all platforms right here on your analytics tab, so you can make sure you're actually getting the performance that you want. So that's how you set up a content rewards program step by step on Whop. I've added a few more course modules underneath this video, kind of answering a few other simple questions that you might have. I highly recommend checking those out. Other than that, if you ever have any more questions, feel free to ask me in the chat inside the content rewards Whop. Either me or someone on our team will reply to you promptly, answering any other questions that you have. And if you are a brand that's spending over $100,000 per month in advertising already, and you want us to run this for you, go ahead and fill out the form in the welcome section of the Whop. I also send it to you via DM. Other than that, have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.